Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for tuning in to the BLK Lunch and Learn virtual panel. BLK Lunch and Learn virtual panel. Today is Saturday, April 3rd, and we have an amazing panel for you guys today. We have the amazing Trina Braxton, Raheem Brazil, April Swappy, Miss Cream. We have Mr. Israel Wright and Marcus, the cleaning guru, when he's able to join us. Today's conversation is going to be surrounding these beautiful Black people who are all business owners. Being an entrepreneur is never an easy thing, but we're going to get some answers from some people who have done not only one business endeavor, but multiple business endeavors, and they're doing them very successfully. So let's go ahead and introduce the panel. Let's start with the lovely Miss Trina Braxton.
Hello.
Hey. So Trina, tell us who you are and tell us about these multiple business endeavors you have.
Well, my name is Trina Braxton, and I am the founder and CEO of Everything Bar Chicks. We started off as a mobile bartending company, and within the first year, we had some really great revenue. So I opened up my first brick and mortar, and with the first brick and mortar, that of course traversed to creating my own hot sauce line. And we went from one flavor. We now have three flavors of the hot sauce, and we're working on a fourth. And we just got our codes so we can get them into the stores. So I'm very excited about that. And so I can open up the box, I can show you guys, three of the flavors that we have here today. And of course, being a restaurant owner and of course being a bartender, having my bartender's license, and we also started a Bar Chicks bourbon line.
As bourbon.
And I also have my wholesaler and distributor's license to where I can distribute and have my alcohol in all 50 states now. So that recently happened. So I got my TTB license, and I'm very excited about that. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Essence candle line that has 4 different fragrances, and now we are working on a male line as we speak.
All right, Trina, congratulations on that. Yes.
I don't want to sound like Andorra. You know what I mean? Well, I'm doing this Andorra. I'm doing that. I don't want to sound like that. But, it took more than, it's not an overnight kind of thing, because people think, oh, my gosh, she has all these things happening, all these different streams of income. But it took me, 12 years to do this overnight. You know what I mean? So it's all, we're working every day. You can't just, I have a business now. I can just sit back and just let it work for me. It doesn't happen. You have to work your business every single day. And that's what I do. I don't care if I'm driving from out of town. I don't care if I'm sleeping. I'm still working when I'm sleeping because I'm dreaming about it. So, so that's me. I'm Trina. Hi.
Hey, Trina. Raheem, let's go with you. Raheem, tell us a little bit about your business endeavors. Hold up, Raheem, we can't hear you. If you can hear me, we can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you. Uh-uh. Uh-oh. Might have to take those headphones off. See if that works. Well, real quick, while we wait on Raheem, let's go with Mr. Israel Wright. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello.
What's going on, brother?
Man, peace and blessings, first of all. Appreciate you having me on here. Just finished up some Easter pictures with the little one, so that's always fun. And but yeah, I am a business owner, so I own a grooming spa in Grant Park. It is called what was formerly known as the Exclusive Experience, but now it's called A-List Salon and Spa. And we offer everything. It's a one-stop shop, so you do manicure, pedicure, facials, massage, ingrown hair removal, a little bit of everything. And I also am an author So I have my first book, Entrepreneur, What I Wish They Would Have Told Me. And it's pretty much going over the intangibles of entrepreneurship and the things that I feel like people either underutilize or maybe overthink when it comes to starting a business or being successful in a business. And it's really just the things that I wish somebody would have told me to focus on. And I think I did, but I realized it 5, 6, 7 years later. And then I also have some service tools. This is one of them, the right glove. It is, don't worry about that. It is a shampoo glove that helps with dry scalp, dandruff, itching, irritation, stuff like that. So me being a master barber for about 8 years, and then a men's grooming specialist, I realized some of the needs for clients as well as barbers. And this is one of the tools that I created along with some other products that I have, like a rose water product and an essential oil mix that I have for scalp issues as well. And yeah, I'm just a full-time entrepreneur working on Next Level Learning, which is another platform that is about education. So it's kind of similar to like a masterclass type situation where we have different professionals across the board, wherever you're successful in, we have you come in and pretty much give a class on what that next level looks like for you, or anybody that's trying to get into your industry. What does that next level look like? So that's me.
Okay. All right. Miss Cream, what about you, sister?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, we can.
Hi, guys. How are you? My name is Antoinette, but everyone calls me Cream,
I forgot
AKA.
that was your name.
Yes, but no one calls me that. So you don't have to do my thing. It's Cream, AKA Miss Cream of the Crop. I own the Elite Team Entertainment LLC and 216 The Beat radio station. And I also have a podcast channel that encompasses my podcast and a few other people that I help them host their podcast as well. I've been an entrepreneur. This year makes 17 years. My main business, the Elite Team Entertainment, we do media marketing, PR, and business coaching. Under that umbrella falls 216 The Beat radio station. And our tagline is the voice of the voiceless, the heartbeat of the community. And I also have a mental wellness line that I'm starting. I've always had merch as like another stream of income. And it was always based on positive affirmations, positive sayings, and just positivity all the way around. But, a lot of times they tell us to talk to the elders in our family. And my family's really big on sharing stories about the people in our family that came before us and laid the groundwork. So I was talking to my great aunt one day, and she told me a story about my great grandmother that I never knew. She was actually the first entrepreneur in our family. So she was telling me about all these different products and the way that she built her business and how that helped them get through college and how she paid off a lot of land and houses with this business that she started. So it inspired me to start my mental wellness business, which I had been working on for a while, but I couldn't think of a name of it. I had a different lane of where my inspiration was coming from. But once I heard the story about my great grandmother, it just turned it into something different for me. So I can't wait to launch that. But right now, the businesses that I have is TET Entertainment LLC and 216 Beat radio station, along with my podcast network. So that's me in a very small nutshell.
All of those are brands that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Let's go with Raheem. Are you back now? Let's try you, Raheem.
Me? You still can't hear me?
I can hear that voice. There we go.
Oh, thank God. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
What's up? Hi, I'm Raheem Brazil. I am a director and artist, but I'm also the owner of Dreamland Atl Studios. We are a new production powerhouse, I want to say. And so what we do here is pretty much we provide us open space for creatives. That's the main thing that we started this for. So I went from directing videos and movies and all of this other stuff, and I wanted to create a space number one, so that way we can use the space for our productions, but to also open the doors up for other creatives. And so we created Dreamland ATL right here on the south side of Atlanta, close to the airport. And what we do is pretty much we open the space up for any individuals that want to, create music videos, do photo shoots. We have opportunities for we have the wall space for dancers, so for dance rehearsals. But we also one of our main functions of Dreamland ATL is our events that have become very popular. We opened in January. January 30th was our grand opening, which I'm very excited about. And we've been doing quite well since the opening of Dreamland ATL. And so we've been doing a lot of pop-up shops and album release parties and birthday parties and all different type of stuff. I still haven't got my wedding done yet, which I think I want to see the space used as a wedding. But we're doing a lot of great things over here at Dreamland ATL. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what we do. And we have some other business ventures that we're going to be, creating outside of Dreamland ATL.
Absolutely. Miss April Swappy, come on, tell us a little bit about the beautiful Struggle Love brand.
Hi, everybody. My name is April. A lot of people know me as Swappy. Well, I started Beautiful Struggle Love in 2015. And when I started, it was just a platform to buy luxury hair. It started at that point, and then it branched from just purchasing luxury hair to sunglasses. And then it went from that until me and a crew of us decided to go on the road and do different, well, how can I say it? So we just went to different cities. It was the name of it was Women on the Rise. We went to different cities and started having workshops in these different cities where a lot of different entrepreneurs can get together and advertise their business in the city that they're in the location. Because a lot of times we as entrepreneurs, we don't know what is available in our city. So we created a platform to get all of Black entrepreneurs together to advertise their business and to sell product and do different things of that nature, which turned out really well. I branched off and started doing it on my own when I moved to Charlotte. And then from there, I moved, and now I'm back in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri. I went and became an esthetician and decided to just stretch my brand, make it larger. I just saw a vision and God gave me a plan, and I just decided to just emerge everything together. I started working as an esthetician and learning more about skin, learning more about skin care, and just women's body in general and men as well. So then I branched from that and I saw the need for both. So a lot of Black people don't understand skin. A lot of Black people don't understand how to take care of their skin and their bodies as well. So I decided to branch that with the beauty side. And I got my first brick and mortar here in St. Louis, Missouri, which is Beautiful Struggle Beauty Supply. So I opened up a beauty supply and spa because for two reasons. One, there's a huge need for Black-owned beauty supplies. There should be no reason that we're walking into beauty supplies and we are the biggest consumers, Black women, and we're buying products from Asians and Arabs. It just didn't sit well with me in my spirit. Majority of us were doing things online, but why not have a brick and mortar where we can go and circulate and exchange our Black dollars in our community and build it to another level. So I decided to open up a beauty supply, and now I have a beauty supply and spa connected together. But before I leave, I just feel the need. It was just on my heart. The whole time I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I was going to wait till my grand opening, but I just think that this is the perfect time to just say the next venture that I'm doing. So now I have my own line, my own skincare line, which I'm super excited about. This is the cleanser This cleanser helps with hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tones, just something that we deal with in the Black community heavy. Prone, acne skin. This is my cleanser. And then I have a serum. This is all part of my testing. I've been testing for the last 30 days now, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to get everything out on the market and begin to advertise it more. I also have a skin scrub that actually works on hyperpigmentation, people who suffer from it, and people who suffer from uneven skin. And a moisturizer as well. I'm super excited, guys. Like, I can't be more excited than I am right now, because this is like so big for me and my community. I stay in St. Louis, Missouri. I lived in Georgia for a while. I have stayed in DC, Charlotte, North Carolina, California. So I've been, a lot of places. And then I still also have my fat blaster, because I work with a lot of people who struggle with weight loss and loose skin, saggy skin, stretch marks, things of that nature. So that's April. I mean, this all started in 2015. It's 2021. Our anniversary will be in July. I'm just super excited. This pandemic helped me. This pandemic.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
You guys heard it here first. April's new line that she is now launching. Let's go ahead and talk to Marcus, the cleaning guru.
What's going on, Q? What's going on?
How are you, man? Glad you could join us.
Yes. What's going on, man? First and foremost, thank you so much for even considering me as a person to be a part of the Black Lunch and Learn panel. I'm greatly appreciated, as always, when you involve me and my business along with you guys. I appreciate you so much. So I guess this is where I introduce myself.
Yes.
You guys, my name is Mark LeBon. I go by the Cleaning Guru. I tagged on that name about 2.5 years ago when I decided to move to Atlanta. And after 4 months of living in Atlanta, having difficulty finding employment, decided to start my own business. This was back in April of 2018. Decided to start my own business. I was inspired by all of the other local entrepreneurs here in Atlanta. And for a while, I was thinking about what it was that I could do to make me money, something I enjoyed doing, something I had experience in as well. And my background is in hotels. I've worked in hotels. That was my first legit job at the age of 16, 17. I've done housekeeping. I've done housekeeping management. I've done front desk. I've been a server in the hotel restaurant. So everything that I've always done has dealt with hospitality. I've always enjoyed a clean environment. I enjoy people. I enjoy friends. And what I noticed was when I would have company, I always was able to create an environment that was conducive to relaxation and things like that. I love candles. I love good smells. I love a clean environment. And so I decided to incorporate all of that into my business and start a cleaning business. The first booking I had was my barber at the time, McFlair Cuts. He had a 10x10 studio. And I hadn't even been active. I hadn't cleaned for anyone and made any money off of it yet. And I just observed this studio, looked around, and I said, "Hey, man, who cleans your studio for you?" And he was just like, me sometime, or my aunt. And so he was like, "Why you ask?" So I said, "Well, I have a cleaning company, and I'd like to give you a consultation." So he was like, "Oh, sure, hell yeah, like cool, So my first gig was $75 for a 10x10 studio. To fast forward, it's been about 2.5 years. We're a full service cleaning company, Rich's Luxury Cleaning. We offer residential, commercial. We offer mobile detailing. We offer carpet cleaning, and we also offer upholstery cleaning. Now, not to put you guys in my business, but I literally just did a gig. My first gig back in 2018 was $75 for a 10x10 studio. We just cleaned Lucci's studio last week, Lucci's old studio last week. And within a 5-hour period, I grossed $1,300 all profit. So
Wow.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. The business has done very well. I'm grateful to God that I was able to sustain my business through this pandemic. And like the young lady before me said, this pandemic has benefited me tremendously. It's no secret about the PPP loans. You have a lot of people in Atlanta who has taken advantage of it that don't actually own businesses. However, you have a lot of people that do, that have had LLCs for a while, and businesses even before the pandemic hadn't been doing too well. But this was an opportunity, if you knew what you were doing, to propel your business and utilize this time to really expand and make it beneficial for you. My company was one of those companies that definitely took advantage of that to propel and expand my business. So yeah, marketing. I looked at the time at other cleaning companies, and I was trying to figure out ways to put me at the forefront over these other cleaning companies that had these large budgets, like Molly Mays and other companies, you know, that had been around for a very long time. And so I just took everything that I knew. I utilized my face, which can be iffy. You know, a lot of people feel like, I don't want to use my face, because if my image is tarnished, then the business goes down as well. So I chose to go ahead and utilize my face. I was always good. I modeled for Urban Outfitters for 2 years in a row back in Savannah. So I'm familiar with the camera, and I'm comfortable with the camera. So those were small ways I was able to put myself at the forefront and utilize my strengths to start my cleaning company. And it's been great for me, and it's been working out.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, that smile is how we became familiar with you. We're like, who is this guy with this
Yes.
big bright smile that is talking about cleaning your house? We
Thank
had to
you.
know more.
Thank
Um, but as we all know, being entrepreneurs, most of us on the panel, or all of us on the panel, have more than one, have more than 2 or 3 different business ventures that we are currently a part of. And we all know that there are sleepless nights, there is anger, there is everything that you experience as a business owner. And a lot of you are in industries that, you know, sometimes you don't necessarily hear Black people in or thriving in. Like you, Trina, you're an owner of a liquor brand. Tell us
Yes.
about some of the adversities that, you know, you've experienced during this time.
Woo. Um. First,
Hold on.
first, let me
Trina
start
done
by
changed
saying
location, y'all. I'm sorry.
I had to because it was so loud in there, and I didn't want to be disrespectful to the people who are here coming to get
I
information.
appreciate it.
And I think I'm up. I might
No,
be
you're
upside.
good.
Am I
You're
upside
good.
down?
We see you. Yeah, yep. Boom, right there.
Okay. Um. So with that, I was the first female Black restaurateur in Duluth, Georgia. Period. Okay. And there would be moments to where the surrounding restaurants, like if like a delivery truck was lost, and they like, oh, where's Bar Chicks? They were like, oh, we don't know, and we're like right across the parking lot. They would mess up my deliveries, like different things. I mean, I don't think anyone else has had the health department called like 4 times in like a 6-month period. And
Mm.
first of all, I had straight A's, as you know, Q, because you were there often.
Yes.
I had to go over and above everyone else because they did not want me there. They did not want me
Mhm.
there. So when it came to doing the bourbon, um, I worked with a distillery. First, I worked with one distillery, and she wanted 51% of my business. She wanted 51%. And I was like, absolutely not. I said, I have to find a way to where I own 100% of my formula and 100% of my distribution. So that's when I went out, by the help of my cousin. She owns the Black Mama Group. She needs to be on your panel, first of all, because I
Love
can't
her.
parallel to her. But anyway, she helped me through everything because she really believes in, Black entrepreneurship, Black ownership. And she owns, of course, her own formula, her own distilleries. She's a wholesaler, she's a distributor, and she helped me throughout this whole process. And now I have my own TTB, my own wholesale and distribution license, and I can cut out the middleman and do it myself. of course, without, I don't own a distillery, so I can't like make it a batch of it in my room. But but outside of that, I own 100%. I am 100% black owned now with my bourbon.
Absolutely, and congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Now I still have to get my bottle, Trina. We'll talk about this afterwards.
You breaking up?
I said I still have to get my bottle, Trina, and we'll
Okay.
talk about it once this is
Definitely.
done.
Definitely. Come
But
get it.
April, you decided to move back to your hometown and build within your community. What kind of adversities had you faced going back home?
Oh my goodness. Well, I really didn't want to come, and just being honest, I mean, I've been gone for so long, and I'm a huge fan, which this cute, of the East Coast. Like, I loved the DMV when I was there, and it helped me to grow tremendously, mentally and financially. So I was in a space in my life where I was really happy, but contentment sometimes can be the devil. So you don't want to just stay content. And I feel like once I decided that it was that point where I had to move back to St. Louis because I had my daughter early. I got engaged. It was so much that happened in such a really fast pace. I felt like it wasn't nothing but God, but it was hard. It was really hard just uprooting. At that time, I was in California, uprooting from California, moving back, facing financial hardship because at that time we had to deal with so much and a new baby. And then I had my moments where I felt like I didn't have anyone. And sometimes, God will put you in a place where he wants you to just focus on him. I still deal with hardships now that I'm here. It has not fully been always easy, but I know for a fact that this is where I'm supposed to be because I'm a trailblazer, and I know that God wanted me to build on my community where I was located and where God put me first. And St. Louis is it. So I feel a lot more comfortable with it now. I feel like this is where I should be building my brand. This is where I should start everything and move forward. But I mean, yeah, I still deal with it to this day. I still have people that say mean things, and I mean, but it's like you got to keep pushing, you got to keep going, and you know your purpose. So when you know your purpose, nothing else really matters anyway. So it's like you just got to keep it pushing, keep it going, and that's what's been going on. I'm excited to be here, though. I'm really excited. I have my moment, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
That's right. Now, yes, are you around Mr. Wright? Uh-oh. Has he left us? Well, no. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump to Raheem on that. Raheem, you have been behind the camera. You've been in front of the camera. You've been behind the scenes. You've been in front of the scenes. And with all that, you decided to go ahead and launch a new endeavor on top of everything you've been doing. Had you faced any adversity or any hate or support or anything from the people in the industry you're in?
I'm sorry, you kind of was breaking up a little bit, but you were saying if I've been in front of the camera, behind the camera, did I face any adversity?
So what I was saying is you've been in front of the screen, behind the screen, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and then you decided to go ahead and add a new business endeavor on top of what you've been doing. Had you faced any adversity from the people in your industry, and how have you, as a business owner, dealt with that type of stuff?
Well, one of the things that I've been doing is just keeping my eyes on the prize. Owner, no matter what you do in life, I feel like you're going to get people that agree with it and that don't agree with it. But main thing is always being focused on intentions and what I know God has put on my heart to do. And so for me, one of the things I've been able to do is make sacrifice. So a lot of what I've been trying to do has called me to, not have a social life and really sticking to my goals and making plans. And I think like Miss Trina said, is like you got to work your business every day, like get breaks. And I think that's the beauty of it, because the reward is seeing your business flourish, and the reward things take off, you know, by day things that you're everyday energy that you're putting into the business, everyday, you know, focus and goals and adjustments that you got to make. And so I've received you know, some negative, I'm not gonna say adversity, I'm gonna say I received some negative energies toward what I have been trying to build. I received things like where I thought that people would support me, didn't support me, and people that I didn't know was supporting me more than people that I did know. And so one of the things I decided to do is just really focus on what it is I was doing, because God gave me the vision. He didn't give the vision to anyone else. And so I made that my number one top priority. And so being in front of the camera and now having a business to where as though I have to be here, I have to make sure that I put the investment to come in, to open the doors, you know, to lay the flooring, to change the toilet, to everything, like is rewarding to me to be able to do that. So I think that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me driven to continue to you know, initial investment into whatever it is that I'm trying to build right now. And so it's been, you know, challenging as a business entrepreneur, because this is my first space. Even though I've been a business owner for years, this is my first space. And so you know, right now I'm at a moment where, you know, I have a business partner, his name is King G, and I brought him in order to, you know, help me further take the dream further into, you know, you need some sort of help. And that's what I'm kind of learning is, like, I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm like, I believe I can do it all. And I really do. Hey, Trina, I know. That's my Sag sister. I really do sometimes believe that I can do it all. But in this moment of my life, I'm learning that to open and accept help that God is sending my way in order to accomplish the goals that I'm going to be accomplishing. And you know, this is much bigger than me. This is not just a space that I've created for myself, but it's a space that I've created for other people, and for other people to see that as a way to get inspired and stay motivated and work on their craft and whatever. And so I'm just a piece of the puzzle that allows people to see the greatness that God can do in your life. You know, I came from nothing, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in Baltimore, I came from nothing. I just came, you know, and now I'm at a place to, you know, I've been here 10 years to where I have my own business. So I don't let what people, how people make me feel, or what people say behind the scenes affect what I have going on today, because I know where I came from.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Now let's jump into competition, because a lot of us, a lot of you guys are in industries that are very popular. Ms. Cream, for instance, you're in radio, you're in media. So how do you feel like you're different from your competitors?
Well, first of all, I think that some people take competition or looking at people and their competitors the wrong way. Like for me, when they say tunnel vision, like I literally have tunnel vision. So I think a lot of times people may see me as their competition because they think that I see them as my competition, but I want us all to win because we all bring something different to the table. So the way that I interview someone may not be the same way that you interview someone. That doesn't mean that we can't both coexist in this media space. And I just feel like if I'm paying attention to every single thing that you're doing, then how can I even concentrate on what I have going on? But also, I feel that a lot of people are kind of at this, I hate to say monkey see, monkey do type of thing, but it's like they see that you're successful at something. And going back to what Trina said earlier, when she said, it took me 12 years to become an overnight success. So I think a lot of times people see people like all of us on the panel doing the dang thing, and we make it look so easy, but it's really not. They don't see all the struggles. They don't see how long it took you to get where you are. So there are a lot of people who enter the media space because the internet makes it really easy to be a radio host or a podcaster or own a radio station. But they don't see the hard work, the effort, the money, and everything else it takes to get to where you are. There are people that have gone to journalism school. There are people that literally take this serious. And it's a lot more than just saying, I have a radio show. And I'm sure that you can attest to this, Q. Like, there are so many people that had a radio show last month, last week, last year, who are no longer in this space because they didn't realize what it took to maintain their platform. So for me, when I first started, it was kind of like, oh, you're not V10 whatever, you're not W dot whatever. That can't be real because it's not AM FM. So it wasn't really popular when I first started. There were a few people that were doing this in my area, and a lot of those people are no longer on air. We celebrated, I think this is my 8th or 9th year as far as my radio station. And I don't really look at competition or anything like that because I just have tunnel vision. I'm in my own space. I focus on my team. I'm focused on being better than we were last year, better than we were yesterday. And I just feel like your message gets lost when you're focused on whether or not people see you as competition, when you're focused on what other people are doing. It's fine to admire other people, or, you know, you may look at an Oprah Winfrey or someone else and say, that's amazing. I aspire to have my own network or something like that. So having aspirations is totally different than looking at someone and as unhealthy competition. So now, you know, everyone was touching on the pandemic. I think the pandemic actually worked in our favor as far as the media platform because we were already online. We were already in this space. So everyone was clamoring to figure out what they were going to do because no one could go outside. And now it's cool to have an online radio station. It's cool to have a podcast. It's cool to do all these things that everyone told us wasn't real a few years ago. So that's the reason why, you know, you can't really focus on what other people are doing, because had I focused on that, then I would have stopped doing this a long time ago, because a lot of times people put things on you that they are afraid to do, and they can't handle that you're able to overcome adversities and overcome the naysayers and continue to press on with your goals and your dreams. And I've just always been a very goal-oriented person and a very tunnel vision person. So that's how I always handle that.
I know that's right. So you hit on some things right there. But we're going to ask Marcus. You mentioned earlier some of the more popular cleaning brands. Like, what sets you apart from the Molly Mays and the other people that are out here?
For me, it's the way I choose to market myself. I thank you, Raheem, for speaking on energy, because when I started my cleaning company, what I had to learn is your thoughts and your words are your greatest power. And if you're not mentally and physically and spiritually at your best to perform at your best, you're not going to be able to have a successful business, especially starting out. Starting a business is like the most difficult. I feel like starting a business is the most difficult part about owning a business. You know what I'm saying? Just getting started. But for me, my marketing, using bright colors, giving it personality, just being able to communicate with people, listen to the clients to see what it is that they want, that they expect out of me, and just making those connections, just being a personable person, you know, getting out there, talking to people, and not being afraid. Earlier, you asked Ms. Cream, who would be her competition. So for me, when I started out, I was my biggest competition. For me, like she said, sometimes you have to have tunnel vision. It's okay to look out there and see what these other companies are doing. For me, I looked at major companies like Pine Sol. I looked at Mr. Clean to take tips because I was jumping in a field when it came to the marketing aspect and running a business that I knew nothing about, you know. But at the end of the day, like she said, you have to have tunnel vision. And I was my biggest competition, and I think that's what also helped me. I wasn't looking at other major cleaning companies and piggybacking off of what they did, and I just found my own way, which was something that they weren't doing, which was putting a face to this cleaning company and a personality to it, making people feel comfortable with me, making people feel like they can trust me to even bring them in their home. So that's what I utilize.
So you guys spoke on the pandemic. A couple of you have spoken on the pandemic quite a few times throughout this conversation, and we all know that Black businesses were some of the hardest hit throughout this time. So what kept you guys motivated to like keep building your brand throughout this time? Trina?
The first thing I want to say is I think there was a loss in Black business because we weren't supporting Black businesses. And, you know, when everything shut down, we went to what we knew. We went online. We automatically went to the Amazon. We automatically went to the Walmart. And because it was familiar to us. But one thing that we have to do in our community is, and I'm glad you have this type of platform, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. The great thing is showing your support does not always mean purchasing. Showing your support is sometimes making people aware of what is out there in our community. You know, because maybe I might not need a cleaning service right now, but maybe I know someone who does. Hey, you know what? I just did a panel with so and so, and you know, they have their business and it's thriving, and maybe you should check them out. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to buy, but guess what? Just take a look, and then maybe that look might propel someone else to take a look, and then that might turn into a purchase. And another thing that I want to say is, when they were talking about tunnel vision, you know, blinders are very important. You have to run your own race. If you're looking to your left, if you're looking to your right, then you're no longer running your own race. You have to make sure that you stay in your own lane. And when people say stay in your lane, I think that's a positive thing for people to say to you. That's right. You stay in your lane, you focus on yourself, and you definitely win your race. That's the most important thing you can do, especially as a Black business, because just like Cream was saying, if you're looking to your left, if you're looking to your right, and if you're looking what the person in front of you is doing, that means you're not focusing enough on yourself. So focus on propelling your business to the next place you want it to go. And another thing that Cream was saying, and she was talking about, you know, healthy competition. And, you know, it's okay to want to, you know, it's like, oh, I see Oprah, like she was saying, and I want to have my own business like Oprah has her own business. But I think a lot of people in business, they say they want to be like someone. I want to be that next person that someone wants to be like. You know, that singer, oh, I want to be like Rihanna. No, I want someone to be, they want to be the next Trina. And you have to think about it in terms of that. You can't want to parallel yourself with someone. You have to break the mold, because that's what all the greats have done. They've always broken the mold. You can't go along with what everyone else is doing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I think your name is April. I'm gonna need some of that fat reduction thing you have going on, because I have a few areas that need some help. April, thank you.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Mr. Wright, welcome, welcome. So look, tell us how you continue to grow a brand throughout the pandemic. And rewind it. You decided to retire from what you were doing and start a whole nother business in the pandemic. Tell us about that. Oh, hold on. If you can hear, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Better? Cool. So the crazy part about my business is we pretty much were under construction for, I would say, close to a year. So I opened up my first brick and mortar from scratch. Opened up the men's grooming spa, which was kind of like the first of its kind in that area, the way that I was doing it, because I was already in the industry. So it wasn't just a concept, it was something I was actually doing. Then we had our grand opening February 29th, which already was kind of weird because it was a leap year. Then on, I I think March 15th, we kind of got notification like, oh yeah, COVID is starting to become a thing. So mind you, this is 15 days after we had our grand opening. By the 22nd, it was at the 22nd or 23rd, we had to close down completely. So we hadn't even been open a full month before we had to shut down my business completely after going through a year of construction just to get open. So just think about all the money invested, all the time invested, all the resources, all the hype and this and that, and then having to shut down for 2.5 months. So that was definitely different mentally, because I'm just like, I just put all this everything and literally put everything into my business after being a solopreneur. So I kind of look at it like this is me before I had a team, but now I have other people I'm responsible for as far as outside of my family that I'm trying to provide an opportunity for. And I really didn't have the answers originally, because I was thinking 15 days shutdown, like they were, telling us about, maybe 14 days, 15 days, 2 weeks. And then when it got to a month, and there was no stimulus like people were expecting to get, or people were still having to pay bills. I had to come out of my own pocket and create a stimulus package before PPP was available. Yes, I was able to take advantage of it, but this was probably 2 or 3 months after the shutdown, and my property management was not lenient at all. Like, they weren't understanding. They were like, listen, we still need rent. We don't care what's going on because we got to pay bills too. So it was just a lot. But I think that the question about just, how did it affect me and how was I able to push through it? I really built a culture. I really built a understanding of like the level of standard that we were going to have, because a lot of people kind of compare it to like a barbershop, like a high-end barbershop, but in most barbershops, the expectation level is kind of low. So I had to really take it up to another level and also create something special, from events to classes, workshops, having Black-owned businesses with their products in there, just providing a lot more during this time of need outside of, because the thing about it is the barbershop is always like a pillar of most communities. So it gives people a safe space to come to have these conversations, to talk about stuff. So when it was the George Floyd and all these things were going on during that time, I created a space where people can come and have those conversations. So we had a whole event, and Q, you were there. I think Raheem was there. I'm not sure if Marcus was able to make it, but this was like an opportunity to create something bigger than just coming and get a haircut. So I think I started really understanding what my purpose was outside of just cutting hair, because at the time that's what I was doing. And that's really kind of what pushed me into, I need to step from behind the chair and really start taking on whatever my purpose was just being more impactful from the relationships that I've built over time. So I've been able to create some amazing things, some product opportunities, different, people have been able to come in as sponsors, just stuff that I would not have been able to do if I really didn't have this opportunity to step back and look at, man, okay, this is something bigger than just cutting hair. So it was dope. Definitely, like you said, it was an opportunity for me to grow and expand. Marcus mentioned that earlier. I grew my business from me just cutting by myself to having 8 employees, having, a new platform that I created from that. And, I retired at 30 from doing it. So, it was a great opportunity, and, I'm blessed, I'm thankful. But I'm really just trying to share this story so it can empower other people to do the same.
Now, you know what? And first of all, let me congratulate all of you guys on everything you're
For
doing.
sure.
And let me thank you for, first of all, sharing your stories with us today, but also making it easy for me to kind of slide into the next thing, because you just mentioned purpose. And that actually was about to be a part of the next question. So as you guys have been going on your journey, when did you discover that, this was actually what you were purposed to do in life, and you actually were out here affecting people, inspiring people, and like Trina said earlier, making people want to be the next you in your particular industry? When did you realize that we're gonna go with Marcus?
So at the beginning, of this journey that I'm on, and even till this day, I'm constantly reminded. I never thought of it as, oh, this is my purpose. However, I have noticed that it inspires and motivates other people. I didn't really go into detail today, and I won't, go into detail today on my background and my history before I started my business and why my back was against the wall and I had to. This wasn't for me when I started my business. Oh, I got a couple dollars. I just want to start a business. No, I had to. I had no other option. I had no other choice. But I get several Instagram messages from other people saying, "How can I start my business? Can you help me start my business?" About 2 weeks ago, I'm out at Home Goods. I love Home Goods. That's one of my favorite stores. But that is my store. But I'm at Home Goods, and this girl runs up to me. I'm in the cleaning van. So it's bright as daylight, so I can't hide with the van. But this girl runs up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy to meet you. I started my cleaning business because of you." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Wow." I said, "Give me a hug, and take my number. And whenever you want to go out to lunch, if you need any tips, if you need any, if you just want to talk and ask me any questions, I'll make myself available for you to do so." And I was so proud of her, and I was so honored that God could use me to even inspire somebody to start a business, knowing the difficulties of this journey. And it's very, very hard. But she saw what I was doing, and what I was doing was enough to motivate her, inspire her to actually create and start something. Was just amazing to me. So I thank God for it. I thank Him for using me to inspire and motivate other people. I'm currently working on a book. It's called "I Killed My Boss," and it's strictly focusing on killing the mindset of working 9 to 5, being a 9 to 5 worker and things like that. So yeah, it's called "I Killed My Boss," and it's so much more I have to put in it. Every time I go in there, I'm constantly. It went from the 7 steps of starting a cleaning business to me wanting to put things that I've gone through in my life that led up to this point in there to simply show people that with a background or with whatever you may be going through or have gone through in your life, you can do it. If I did it, if I'm doing this, I literally, this is all I do. You know what I mean? This is what pays my bills. This is what pays the car note. This is what feeds me. I haven't had to borrow, bum, beg, steal, rob, kill, or anything since I started my business. So I simply depend on this business. And if I can do this, which I never even believed or thought I could, then you can too. So that's why I'm writing the book. But yeah, I just want to say once again in closing, I'm just grateful to God for even utilizing me to be able to inspire and motivate people. And I'm constantly reminded, like, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep going. Keep going. Even I have this saying that sometimes you gotta believe in yourself through other people until you can believe in yourself. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, this bank account ain't looking right. Y'all know how I go when you're sometimes the coins ain't adding up, I ain't booked in about a week, rent due, and then right in the nick of time I'll get a booking. You know what I mean? And so it's those moments and those things that I endure and I experience that have me like, yo, God really got my back. Like, okay, I'm doing something right. I ain't always been on the right path, but this right here, I'm sticking in it and I'm in it to win it. And anything I can do to help someone else, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm totally transparent when I go on Instagram Lives. I'm totally transparent with my life, the ups and the downs. I'm gonna show me in the club, turning up, spending money because this is what I want to do, and this is I'm able to do this because I start my business. I'm gonna show you when the coins and look at you, I'm like, y'all, it's rough. I done took an Airbnb cleaning, $50, y'all. But sometimes as an entrepreneur, you might have to do that. You know what I mean? The ups and the downs. So yeah, man.
You on mute.
Okay. Now, Trina, for you came from a family of singers, and you had you were in the music industry, and you decided to go ahead and jump into business. Now, for you, when did you realize your passion was in being a boss chick? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Trina, where
I
you?
think her video stuck.
Couldn't hear.
Trina, can you hear us?
Oh man.
Oh, the Marcus, do me a favor, mute your screen real quick. Trina, can you hear me, dog? Yeah, we're here. We can hear you. Can you hear? Yes. Uh-oh. Okay.
Hello.
Well, while we are waiting on Trina,
I couldn't hear.
yes. Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. So did
Because
you
I
hear?
had to, I switched devices because I got stuck, I think.
Yes, you were stuck. So, like I was asking you, you come from a family of singers, very talented singers. But you decided to, go in a different direction. Like, when did you discover your passion in being a boss chick?
Woo, I'm going to tell you, this whole, being a restaurateur was something that I never knew I always wanted to do. When it came to the whole singing thing, my family, we've been born, bred, and buttered to be in entertainment. And I'm not saying that I don't love it or I didn't love it and it didn't propel me to find out the things that I enjoy and love doing. But once I finally got a taste of it, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do now. I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't, I'm not fixing to sing like Celie and Suge anymore. I had that moment and I had that time. But as we all know, the entertainment industry, and it does have a shelf life. It really does, because people they get tired of you. But if you put out the right product, it's timeless. And it lives on, even when you're dead and gone. It's just one of those things I just never knew I loved. And I eat, sleep, breathe, drink, I take it all in every day because I love doing it. I love it. And when you become an entrepreneur, it's something that you have to love doing. It can't just be something that you say, I think I'm gonna put out a hot sauce. No, it can't go that way. Your packaging has to be identical. You have to love the fact that someone else is enjoying your product. You have to make sure that when you send something out and your name is on it, that it speaks to that person through you. You know what I mean? If you do something haphazardly, it's going to come across in your business. And I don't have time for that. And I have to be able to focus on one thing at a time to make sure it's done decently and in order and done right. Absolutely.
Cream. Let's go with you, sister. The passion and the voice. When did you
Yes.
realize your passion and your purpose?
Honestly, I grew up in almost everyone in my family, especially on my mom's side, does something in the arts.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in performing art school. I actually played the cello. I was in the orchestra. I just knew that I was going to be an actress. I was going to do something, on stage and theater. And where I am now is certainly not where I thought I would be. But the crazy thing about it is that ever since I was a kid, I was always told that I was going to be a pastor. And I said, I don't want to be that responsible for people's lives. Like, being a pastor is a huge responsibility. But the crazy part about it is that I feel like being in media, being the person that I am, just an entrepreneur, business coaching, and a lot of the people that I work with are women entrepreneurs. I do work with guys too, but I just found that in my business, I've kind of created my own sort of ministry, if you want to say that. I didn't really know how inspirational I was until people just started telling me. And as I was growing in my business and really coming into my purpose, and like I was talking about this new business that I don't want to say what it is yet, but this new business that I'm bringing up, one of the things that I do want to mention is our gratitude jar, and I give them to certain people, and it's inspired them so much, and the messages that I've received by some of the gifts that I've given people, and them telling me how them just watching me grow in my journey as an entrepreneur and as a businesswoman, how that has inspired them, not just women, but also men. That's when I really knew that I was living within my purpose, and that I had formed my own type of ministry. Like, I fell into media, actually helping out one of my clients, and it turned into something even bigger for myself. And they no longer do this. So for me, I've always been taught to be myself, believe in myself, work hard, set goals, crush those goals. And being a self-driven and self-motivated person, I guess it just caused me to motivate everyone else. And I fell into realizing that I was in my purpose. And then when I was asked to be a co-author for this book, it's called Glen Bish's Guide to Entrepreneurship. The sheer number of people that were excited about me writing or being a co-author in this book, I was like, wow, you guys actually care about my thoughts, and you guys actually care about the inspiration that I want to give you. And people were like, yeah, like, are you serious? Like, you're you. Like, we literally watch your videos, we listen to your podcast, and we've watched you grow within your business. And it's been such an inspiration. So that's going back to what I was saying about having tunnel vision and really just seeing yourself as your own competition. But also taking little bits and pieces of other people that inspire you and figuring out how you can utilize those bits and pieces to make yourself a better version of yourself. It's something that I tell a lot of my clients, like, we're going to make you your own version of success. You're going to have your own version of who you are and not aspiring to be another version of someone else. And I think Trina touched on that as well. But for me, I just every day and just getting the messages and being a part of panels like this, it a lot of times when I get asked to do things like this, I'm surprised and I'm just like, wait, you want me to come speak to people? That's when I really realized that I am living within my purpose, is, doing stuff like this and getting messages from people. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. Now let's touch on another subject. We as entrepreneurs, we experience a lot of highs and lows, ups and downs. There are a lot of times when we are forced to sit in a place where we're by ourselves. There's a lot of times where we are doing things solely on our own. But when it comes to building and growing and getting to that next level, support and having a team are things that people come to realize are very, very important. So let's talk about the level, like needing support as an entrepreneur and needing a team as an entrepreneur. And we're going to start with you, Raheem, because you spoke on this earlier.
I think a team and teamwork is very, very important when it comes to building a business or building a dream. Um, like I stated before, I was one of the type of people that say, well, I can do it all. And if no one is going to help me, I'll do it myself. But I found that that takes a lot of energy away from you and a lot of focus on what you need to do. So it's really about collaboration and finding people that have different strengths other than yourself. And so one of the things that I was able to do was, like I said, pull somebody else in who I knew had a good work ethic and that had the same passion and level of passion that I had for opening this organization. And so it's all about trust and about learning how to, work through those differences of, understand the different tasks and understand what I'm going to bring to the table and what you're going to bring to the table, and how we can, focus on building each other through our strengths. And, one person may be more analytical than the other person. One person may be, more um, people oriented and can talk to people and bring in that business. And so that's why you utilize the different people that's going to help you in your company. And one thing I used to do is, when I was a young entrepreneur, I'm going to say a young entrepreneur, just like newly trying to get my foot in, because I've created several different businesses. And this is just one of those several different businesses, but I would utilize like a lot of my friends, and sometimes that's not good. And, because, I didn't have the resources and to pay people the resources to, pull other individuals in. And so I would utilize friends as placeholders. I'm going to call them placeholders. And so sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. And then I learned from those, learn opportunities to kind of grow and develop myself to become a better, CEO or better caretaker of my business. And so pulling in like King G, for example, in this really gave me some leeway to kind of like be able to, work on other things as I'm building my business. He can handle other operations when it comes to the organization. And also it really helps you to be able to like bounce ideas off of each other, because one mind is great, but two mind is better than one. And the more the merrier. And so it really helps you to have people, strong individuals on your team that are like, once again, that are passionate about your dream, about what you have going on, as well as you're passionate. And so when you have those people that's behind you, or that person that's behind you, steering you and keeping you in good spirits and motivating you, and you're motivating them, it really helps create the culture of your business. And it really helps create the dynamic of creating whatever you're trying to do in your prospective areas. And so I think teamwork is very important. And it comes down to trust, loyalty, and respect when it comes to each other's areas of strength. That's all. I think it's very important to have somebody in your corner.
Yes, it is. April, you're a new brick and mortar business owner. So how important is that support and that team in helping to make, your vision come true?
Oh my God. Before before I opened up my brick and mortar, I felt like I still needed a team then, because teamwork it just makes the dream work. It's what it is. Like, you are not capable to do everything by yourself. It's just unrealistic. And it actually wears and tears on your body, your mental, your physical, just so much. And I just wouldn't recommend it to no one to do that. Have reliable people around you. Have people that share similar dreams. And also, I can't do everything. I'm going to be honest. It's a lot of things that I'm not good at. So if I can find someone that's good at something that I'm not, and I can pull them along with me, that's like the best thing ever. Like, that's a bonus. So I have a lot of people, especially, I'm really blessed to have a lot of great friends and family that actually support me. Now, I would be lying saying that all of them do. No, they don't. But the big percentage that actually do help me is a blessing. And it can be the small things, just like sharing a post, telling a friend. I'm appreciative of things of that nature. To me, that's part of being a team, to be able to just be like, you know what? I know about Beautiful Struggle Beauty Supply and Spa. You should go visit it. You should go visit. I went there and I had great results. To me, even clients that I have, they're part of my team. So I just don't take that type of stuff for granted, even the small things. And I remember when I first started, I used to be so hard on myself if a person didn't show up to an event of mine, if family didn't even call to support me. As I grow in my business and as I walk along and do things, and I see that everyone has their own journey, and that don't mean that it involves mine, I had to realize that and be like, oh, okay, I get it. They're not able to help at this moment. It's okay. It's okay, April, that everyone is not supportive of what you're doing. That could be something that they're just not even interested in at all. So I started to just grow when it came to that and understand that everyone is just not going to be there all the time, but the times that they are there and you do have that great team and that support, love on those times, love on those people, and they'll continue to do so. And another thing is having the right people, because I got off into that and was like, whoever supporting, and just bringing people along that just wanted to be, and it wasn't right. Their intentions wasn't good. They were not reliable. It was a lot that came along with that. So I had to take a step back and say, okay, April, just because they say that they're going to help, that don't mean that their intentions and their energy and the love for what you're trying to do is correct. So I had to really take a step back and realize who was really in my corner and who wasn't, and not treating them no less or unfairly. I just had to distinguish the two and just go ahead and continue to push. And just like Marcus said earlier, just being able to pull from different people, Cream and Marcus and Miss Trina said this, being able to understand, okay, this is something that I like, and these are people that I can learn from. I look at that as being a team. Like, oh, okay, I have a lot of team players that they don't even know they're part of my team. Like, seriously. Like, I've just sat here and listened to you guys. I picked up so much great information. I'm like, that needs to be a part of my team. They are a part of my team because they're giving me free info right now. You get what I'm saying? That type of stuff means a lot. And to be able to dig deep into certain things that you might not fully understand. And like Marcus said, like I look up Pine Sol and see this different information, not saying that I'm mimicking straight from them, but I am learning from them. Like, why not learn from the greats before you? Like, it don't make sense. We could get so caught up in our own world that we ain't even taking the free information that's out here. Like, we got to. So that's part of teamwork to me. Like, I admire and everyone that has been a part of my team and a part of Beautiful Struggle so far. I'm so grateful for them. Like, so many people have just been there, and to show up, you're a part of my team, and I'm grateful for that. You know. So that's how I look at teamwork and how and plus I'm looking for somebody. Jesus Christ. Like, this is real. Like, now that it's thing. I'm like, Lord, I can't do it to the beginning and close every day. I have a daughter, I have a husband. I'm like going crazy, but it's a part of that every day. When I go to sleep, like Trina said, you still dreaming about it. Like, you still waking up in the morning, grabbing your notebook or grabbing your phone, like, oh God, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But man, the marathon continues. I'm telling you, it's real. So I agree.
See, I told you that I love y'all. Y'all just float right into the next one. As a business owner, and especially if people look at, your social media, they get this certain perception of who you are and how business is going. But they never realize, unless you open your mouth and share it, that being a business owner is hell. A lot of times, there's a lot of times, like I said before, you're crying, you're angry, you're this, you're that. So being mentally stable, mentally healthy is something that's very important if you're going to be, successful. You have to take care of you. So as a multiple owner of multiple businesses, how do you guys deal with this? And this is something that I want everybody to answer. And Israel, we're going to start with you on that one.
Cool. Yeah, man, it's probably the most important thing in business. Most people talk about health is wealth, but your mental health is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without that, you really cannot function. You can't, if your at home life is jacked up, it's going to reflect in your business. If you're depressed and going through a situation, you can perform, but you're not going to be your best self. And people can pick that up. So it's tough for you to fake that. And I think a lot of people are going through it, especially in entrepreneurship, because they're comparing and competing with other stuff that they see being put out on social media, or everybody seems like they're successful. But, as you heard through these stories, if everybody's telling the same struggles and the same issues and just, adversity that they have to go through. And I think our skin gets tougher as we become deeper and deeper into business, but it never gets easier. You just kind of have a better understanding of, hey, this is just the life that I chose. It's just like a professional athlete. I got to get up at 5 a.m. and go work out and do this and do that. Just think about LeBron. Like, he's one of the best athletes we've ever seen, but just imagine what his day-to-day looks like and the sacrifices that he has to make. So I think it's really, it's a decision that you make. Obviously, it's a mindset being an entrepreneur. But I think the biggest thing is just deciding that you still have to take care of you first, because you are always trying to pour into other people, always trying to motivate other folks. You're always trying to, be that representation or that example that, hey, it's possible. But without, you being centered, there's no way you can inspire and motivate people effectively. You might be able to do it for the gram, but if I sit down in front of you and you about to be in tears because going through the situation, there's no way you can really be, the best example for me outside of your transparency, which I appreciate everybody for being transparent about their journey and where they are in their process. But please, I just started back going to therapy, couples therapy. And that stuff is important, man. You don't want to lose where your core and where your support is on a day-to-day basis when you have to come home to a person, or you have to, after the longest day or the best day or the worst day, this is the first person you see and you can't even communicate with them because y'all relationship is jacked up. So I think it's really important to kind of really house on, like, you got to pour just as much into those relationships and that attention to mental health as you do into your business, because it's going to reflect so much. And you don't want to mess up a business because you deflected something else that was like equally important. And it's going to affect more than just, what you think right now. That's just going to affect long term. People get PTSD from some of the stuff they're going through right now in business. So if you're not taking care of it right now, you're not identifying it, it's definitely going to come back, and it might be worse than what it is right now.
Absolutely. Cream, how about you? How do you ensure that your mental health is intact?
Well, first, I want to go back to when you were asking about how did I realize that I was in my purpose. Just a funny way of knowing that I was living within my purpose was I no longer hated Mondays. I don't know if any of the other entrepreneurs on the panel or anyone watching this can relate of those days of pulling up to your job and sitting in the parking lot and calling off from the parking lot because you just don't want to go in. So that's when I knew I was living within my purpose. But as far as mental health is 1000% important to me. And a lot of times people ask me, how do you juggle it all? And the simple answer to that is I choose myself and my family first, because at the end of the day, when all of this, if it goes away, which Lord willing it won't, but when all of this goes away, when you come home, you are either at home with yourself, you're at home with your person, or you're at home with your person and your many humans. And whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, you tend to bring that home to yourself first, or whomever you live with, your children, your significant other, you bring that to them first. So at the end of the day, they should come first. Whatever you need to fix at home, make sure you fix that first, because as Israel said, if your home life is not up to par, it can affect your business. And a lot of times you don't realize that it's affecting your business. You don't realize that your attitude is being reflected to your customers, and it's affecting your customer service, it's affecting your social media, it's affecting your social life. So for me, I always say, be self-full, learn how to be self-full, schedule lunch breaks. These are things I had to do for myself. There are times as an entrepreneur, you forget to eat, you forget to take time for yourself. And journaling has always been really important to me for my mental health. I love going to the lake, and I find that helps calm me down. As Israel said, therapy. I'm really happy to see that our community, meaning the Black community, has been embracing going to therapy. I love that. We believe in therapy in my home, and just developing your own spirituality. Everyone's spiritual journey is different, but just having something that is a part of your spiritual journey, and also understanding how to balance that life. I think a lot of times when you start your business, you're all about, I had to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. And it goes back to all of the things that we talked about, understanding what your purpose is, understanding the importance of building a team, understanding the importance of mental health and therapy, and not being afraid to say no. There are times when you just have to say no, and you have to be okay with saying no. Never allow someone to make you feel bad for saying no, and hold steadfast on your no. Everything doesn't have to be a yes. Not all money is good money. Even if you're looking at your bank account, but your body is telling you, if your body is talking to you, listen to your body. If your mental health is talking to you, listen to your mental health, because your bank account might be talking to you. But if your body is telling you, hey, I am shutting down, without your body, mind, and soul, you can't run your business. So get your body, mind, and soul together. Once you have yourself together, then you can get your significant other life together, your home life together. Then your business will run exactly how you need it to be, because you are whole. You can't run a whole business on a half of a person. So
Ooh. That was deep right there. That's inspiration. You can't run a whole business. I need to write that down.
write it down.
Marcus, how
I'll
do you
text it to you.
keep yourself mentally sane while you're, out here building this brand? Hold up, Marcus. You're muted.
First of all, Cream, my love, yes. Yes, God. Mondays, when she said she looks forward to Mondays, I was the person that I hated Mondays. I was that person in the park. Well, I didn't even make it to the parking lot. I was in bed, and I'm like, man, I'm like, my auntie died. I'm trying to think of anything because I dreaded it and I hated having to go and work for somebody else. But when I tell you this entrepreneurial lifestyle is so lit and I live for money making Mondays, baby. But
Yes.
two things that I've gone through over these last 2.5 years of owning my business that I didn't necessarily plaster on a billboard. One, some of my followers may know, and people in my personal life, when I started a business, I also started a relationship. My partner played a pivotal role in my marketing. He actually was a graphic designer and made all of my marketing stuff. So he contributed to this cleaning guru image. The departure of our relationship, by the grace of God, did not shift my marketing or change. However, I'm speaking on that because I commend you so much for taking accountability on noticing that, okay, living this entrepreneurial lifestyle can have a major, major effect on my marriage and on my relationship. Because amongst all other things, while we entered the relationship, we both noticed that at the end of the relationship, we never got the opportunity to court, to date. I was always working. And that had an effect on me getting to know this person that I'm dating, that I'm living with, and things like that. I never thought, because you're constantly learning within this thing. So I never thought about taking the time to actually get to know this person, taking the time to make sure that they're mentally okay. And that's something that I wish I had done. Another thing was I feel like when I'm off, I'm on. When I'm off, I'm on. And it's kind of one of the pros and cons to this entrepreneurial lifestyle, because it's like a kind of like a never-ending race. But like Cream said, you gotta know when to say no, and don't be afraid to just stick to that. Yeah, you may miss out on a couple $100, but what's a couple $100 to your health? I was working and pushing myself to the point where I was depending on Red Bulls and Starbucks triple energy, extra strength energy drinks. That was my breakfast in the morning. I would down that Starbucks triple energy drink, and then after that, I would down that Red Bull, and that would be my gas and my ammo to get me through my cleanings on a day-to-day basis until it was my body got set down and I was admitted into the hospital and had to stay in there for 2 days. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I ain't never had to be admitted in nobody's hospital, and then I'm saying, okay, y'all gonna admit me? I'm dehydrated. I needed rest, and they would not let me leave. And the doctor, he was like, "You're really sick." He was like, "You're really not well. Like, you need to rest." And even in there, I'm like, "Oh my God, I got to figure out the business still has to run this and that." And my friends was like, "Dude, sit down. Take time to take care of you." So for me, I take spiritual baths, which was something I always have done. But I just didn't necessarily take that time out to do it. I take spiritual baths. I fill my bathtub up with essential oils, rose petals, Epsom salt, all kind of stuff. And I just relax and I meditate. Turn the phone off for a few hours. Even if you do something like that on a weekly basis, it will help you. I saw a post the other day that said, you have to charge up yourself just like you charge your phone. How many times a day we charge our phone up? You see what I'm saying? My iPad over on the charger, baby, the AirPods on the charger, and we have to constantly charge these things. You see what I'm saying? So who are you not to feel like you don't have to recharge yourself? You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. So sometimes you got to take a detox. I do detoxes sometimes because I have to flush myself from all of those things. My eating habits are horrible through the week. Because I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes to make it to this next booking. Let me stop the Wendy's and get me a 4 for 4. I didn't eat breakfast. I drank a Red Bull and a Starbucks. So I'm really running on nothing. And then at the end of the night, I'm so tired because now I've crashed from the day. You know, and the energy I had to exude and all that. It's just like, and then you wake up the next morning and you do it again. And then you do it again. You do it again, and then you do it again, and then at the end of the week, it's like, whoo, I'm off for 2 days. But even when I'm, like I said, off, I'm on. Because now, if I'm physically not doing anything, I'm like this. How can I stay up on my marketing tools? How can I stay?
Yeah.
So it's just like you have to. It is so important to make sure that you have your mental sanity and that you're physically in a position where you can perform, because like Yiz said, the people know. My clients know when I walk in a room or when I come and clean and my energy ain't where it's supposed to be and it's a little off. And it may not be because of something personal that's going on in my life. It's just my energy is low. I'm drained and I'm tired and I'm not able to be, hey guys, it's the cleaning guru. I'm just like, child, I'm ready to get this cleaning over with and send me my coin. Like, and that's how you can continue to grow your business, because who want to deal with, bro, I don't care how good you clean. I don't want you in my house with that low vibration of energy. So you have to take the time out to take care of yourself within whatever that means for you. You know what I mean? Like for me, sometimes I'll be like, look, I go to the club. I want to go. I want to holler. I want to stand on the table. I got to get loose and not think about work. I want to spend some money. Sometimes it's retail therapy. Sometimes it's sleeping in the bed all day. You know, sometimes it's a detox. Sometimes it's working out. Sometimes it's shifting from listening to that hip hop and listening to tranquil music. I have this station on YouTube that I suggest everybody, if they don't already do, and it's called Lo-Fi. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
Lo-Fi, yes.
Lo-Fi, I love it. I love it because I can play it at a low tone and I can relax. And even when I'm working, it's not like a heavy mental strain on me. I feel so relaxed. Sometimes it's cutting off people. And I'm going to speak on this and then I'm going to leave it alone. Over the last 2 weeks, I had to cut my best friend off because you called me about some stuff I ain't want to hear about, a Negro and this and that and that. And I'm like, look, we ain't about to do this. If you ain't calling me about starting a business, enhancing a business, getting it done and all that, I'm not going to entertain this foolishness because it's draining my energy. So now I got to give you a moment because I cannot allow you to shift my energy and entertain the bullshit. I can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and cut you off. It could be something like that, cutting people off. And guess what? I still love you. I still want the best for you. But in this moment in time, in this day, in this hour, in this week, in this month, if that's what it takes for you to get your mind right, I'm not dealing with it and I ain't fooling with you. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just that. And when you are able to just cut a person off, you can recharge yourself. You know, and not the down, you know, my baby. But since then, 3 days in a row, back to back, I got a call from the Lucci's Club. And I got a call from King of Diamonds, grossing. Well, I ain't gonna put y'all in my numbers like that, but a good contract. Then I got a call from Tiana Taylor. So it's just like you will continue to be blessed, but you only can be able to receive those blessings if it's space and room for it. And it ain't gonna happen if you ain't right. Speaking on, like you said, it takes a team. How can you lead a team if you ain't even right? You can't. So it is so vital, so important, y'all. Counseling, mental health, the energy.
Marcus gave us
all of that
mouthful, an earful, a soulful.
Word.
Now, April. Now you're a mommy, you're a wife, you're a business owner, but at the end of the day, you sit in April's body. How do you deal with making sure that you're mentally right?
Meditation. That's my key. I tell people that all the time. When I walk in this door, I do it when I walk into my building because I need that same energy that I'm putting out to be right in the place of where I'm bringing in everything. So I sit right on my mat every morning before I even open my doors, and I meditate, and I just give that time to God. I just give it all to him. And it helps me so much because it's two things that I do. I bring in nothing but positivity, and I release all negativity that's around me. Because even if it, sometimes we try to run from it, and it just be right there, and it can sometimes be yourself. The mind is a battleground. This is where it starts in the mind. This is where it starts. So that's where I start in my mind first. I make sure that I meditate before my day even starts. And I just make sure that I pray over everything that I touch. And I just continue to move. You can't control what other people do. But like what Marcus said, you can't cut them off. You can't distance yourself. You can't control your energy. You can control what you say and how you receive things. So that's what's important. What I try to control is my actions, my peace, my sanity. All of that means something to me. So I meditate every morning. That's my ritual. That's what I do every single day. And energy is real. Me touching people often. I do a lot of facials. I do body treatments. I'm touching on people all day. I'm waxing. I'm seeing craziness all day. So with that being said, I have to protect my space, protect my energy. You don't know what other people are going through and how other people are feeling. I sometimes feel how they feel. I have people coming here not having a good day, and I done sat and listened to people going through a lot of things like divorce and all of that, and they just coming in just to get relaxation from me. So with that being said, I always try to protect my space and protect my energy and make sure that I'm releasing on nothing but greatness to them. Like, oh, okay, and giving them something positive when they leave from me. Because you have to protect your space. I'm telling you, that's the most important thing. You can't protect and do and control what other people do. That's just not, we're not God. We can't do that. But what you can do is control you. You can control yourself, control your space, control what you feel and how you speak and what you do to others. So that's my biggest thing. And like Marcus was saying, doing something that benefits you. If it is retail, going out and buying something nice for yourself just to feel good. Exactly. Going to the club, popping bottles, whatever it is that you do to make sure that you feel good for that moment, that time in your life. I mean, I tell people all the time, do it, like it doesn't matter. Q, you know me. I done lived in so many different places. When I'm not comfortable there, it's time to go. And that's how I lived my life until things changed for me. And I end up having a daughter, and now I'm married. I have a husband. Now it's not that easy for me. So now I had to turn to something else. Okay, I can be stable in this place, but find greatness. Like Cream said, she said she go to a lake or go to the mountains or go somewhere where you feel that sanity, where you get that time. Man, listen, even if sometimes I just sit in my car. I just sit and just sit and just think and be like, okay, thank you, God. I thank you for this moment right now in my life, because we can focus on everything that's not right and it'll throw us right off track. But if you start to look at like, you know what, God, I just thank you for the little things. You woke me up this morning. I'm in good health. I can see, I can breathe, I can talk, okay, that means that I could get to business. I could get to doing everything that I need to do because I got all the tools to do it. Thank you, God, even if I don't got nothing in my bank account. And like Marcus said, I got to piggyback off of this. This was something you said earlier. This really touched me because this is so true. When those moments as an entrepreneur, and I know that all of you guys can relate to this, knowing your purpose is those moments when you feel like you in a dark place and you probably don't have no money in your account, or you feel like you are struggling, because I have been there in so many moments, but you will get that call right then and there. And it'll change your whole perspective. You'll be like, oh, okay, yep, this is it. This is what I was meant to do. This is why I'm here. Okay, I get so many inboxes and so many messages, and anybody that's watching, forgive me if I haven't contacted you back. quick enough, but asking, April, how were you able to do this? How were you able to do that? And it's just like, thank you, God. Those moments where you realize, okay, you walking in your purpose, you walking in that faith, you walking and doing what God has actually promised for you in your heart and in that moment. And it's so good to feel that way, because life could change just like that. I have experienced it where you can be low, and then it can be something so small that would change your whole entire life. I had a premature child, and I was laying in a hospital bed asking for my computer to do work. And that's when after I got through and I went home and I realized, I said, that shit ain't more important than your family. That shit is not more important than your family. I'm still trying to work. While they got me in a hospital bed, I had to stay in the hospital for a month and a half just to have my child. They told me I was not able to leave. You have to stay here. You cannot do nothing until your child comes, because that's how big of a risk I was. And I was having a beautiful pregnancy. But things like that can happen so small, they could change your life. And you can realize, like, what is the most important thing? Is it your health? Is it your family? Is it the people that love you? Or is it just money? Because you will get so wrapped up in all of that. And then you'll realize, no, because now I have a 23-weeker. They came early, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. Now my daughter, 2 years old, running around, you would have thought that she ain't nothing ever happened to her. You get what I'm saying? But it's just those moments in your life where God will realize and help you to understand, like, I'm going to show you what's most important. And this is what's important right now. It's not everything else. This is what's important. That's why entrepreneurship, I'm telling you, is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It is for the strong. It's for people who are dedicated, consistent. Consistency is the key. And people who know what they want and gonna go after it and gonna fight for it no matter what. No matter what. If you ain't consistent and you ain't motivated here, take a seat. Take a seat. This route ain't for you. It's just not. And that's real talk.
I know that's right. Y'all better listen to April. Raheem, what about you? How do you, I know you're a person that's big on energy. We've had many conversations about it. How do you keep yourself grounded, keep your mental right, keep your skin looking good so that you can get up tomorrow and be, you know, an amazing entrepreneur again?
Most definitely, you said the magic word is staying grounded. Pretty much what I focus on is keeping a balanced life, because and I agree with the other panelists here, like making sure that your spiritual health is in line, making sure that you put yourself first and all of that. And you really, really have to be intentional about that, because I'm normally, well, I'm not gonna say normally, I'm a person, I'm a giver. And some of the things that I had to learn was how to manage my giving. And you know, I believe now, if you don't have enough in your cup, you don't have enough to give. And so what you have to do is make sure that you put all of your energy into filling up your cup. You put all of your energy into making sure your mental health is good, your spiritual health, your body is good, and all of your energy is, you know, contained in a way to where as though if you do have enough to give, that you're not completely drained from anything that you have going on. And it was situations to where as though I was giving to my family, I was giving to my friends because I felt like I had to, and it was just taken up from me. And then I will be laid in the bed and I can't do what I need to do for the business, or I can't write out my goals. And so as of like a year ago, I really got a lot of clarity when it came to operating not just the business but my life. And so what I was doing was, you know, I began on a self journey toward, you know, self love. Self love is so important. And, you know, I used to think that it was a little selfish to really focus on myself and care for myself. And, you know, because I didn't want people to feel like I wasn't an humble individual. but that was just like how that I was telling myself to once again people please. And so I was taking so much energy away from myself, so much energy just to give because I love to help and I love to see people thrive and all of this. All of that feels good and great. But at the end of the day, when you are depleted and you are looking for somebody to help you, to that next level, there's no one normally for you to, to pick you up in those moments. And so in my life, what I do is number one, I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritual. Just like Marcus was saying that he takes his spiritual baths, I do the same thing. I got my little Epsom salt and all of that. I got my sage stick, so I'm saging. I sage my business. I focus on journaling and affirmations. I believe in the power of manifestation. I'm always on YouTube learning. Some of my moguls is like Oprah and Tyler Perry and Will Smith. And I like to, feed my spirit those, you know, those seeking people, their experiences in order to, help me out. And, if you're not created, surrounded yourself with a lot of different friends that have, you know, ideas and the level of passion that you need to sustain, then I believe that you should look for those outside sources like, the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, the entertainers or whatever that can give you some motivation to continue to go on with your journey. But I think spiritual health is, everything comes. And so I'm always thinking of ways to improve myself, to improve my character, to improve my mentality, to what am I thinking about? What am I thinking? And the bigger. And so in business, it's the same thing as in life. Like you really have to, have a foundation, a solid foundation to whoever is coming in your business to run and operate it. They have to be on the same wavelength. They have to be on the same um they have to have the same mentality. You can't have lackluster people in your business trying to operate some things, or people that don't have the passion or the drive to help people. One thing I can't stand is poor customer service. I cannot stand it. Like it really gets to me, like, because I believe everyone has a choice to be where they are. And if you're going to be in a place to where as though you're not happy and you're not able to give good energy to people, because as a consumer, we want to feel good about the things that we're buying. We don't want to feel like, oh, the person that's selling me some stuff didn't really want to give it to me. People don't want to feel that way. And so I am always learning and I'm always growing, but I'm always also teaching. And so and to be a better teacher, I always have to learn. And so it's never a day or a moment to where I'm not learning something. I'm always learning something. I'm learning how to talk to people. I'm learning how to be a better communicator. I'm learning how to listen more. I'm learning how to, right my wrongs, and to also to talk to myself and like, Raheem, you don't know every damn thing. Every damn thing. Sometimes you have to listen to other people and in order to grow. And I think that's the beauty of mental health as well, is seeing that everybody is not on the same level, but we can all pull and learn from each other in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And so your mental health and your spiritual health is going to give you that drive and that motivation, because like Marcus said, you can drink as much coffee and as much energy drinks and all of that you want, but if that mind is not set up right and that spirituality is not set up right, you're going to still be drained. You're still going to be drained. And so I like to keep myself motivated and surrounded by positive energies. I don't like people that complain a lot. I can't stand that. And so I'm always just careful of what energy is circling around me, because I just don't want that to pull me back. And I have my crystals. I charge my crystals up, and I like to take walks around, my cul-de-sac and the apartment. I like to do my little nature works. I like to, listen to my music and You know, when I started my manifestation journey, I would, and some of y'all can do this too, I would record myself on a voice recorder, all of the things that I wanted myself to hear. And at night, I will plug it in my ear and let it repeat it into sleep. And I was still listening to it when I woke up. And then that's teaching me and it's training my brain, because I had a negative mindset when it came to the things that I wanted. And because I believe that, hey, well, nothing ever worked out for me, so why should this work out for me? And it came to the point where I had to really train my brain and train myself to be positive about my future, and also for the things that I'm not, you saying I wasn't so great in. And you know, moving forward, it's all about having your eyes on the prize and to look at the big picture of things. So when you do get in that moment, like April said, to where as though you don't have the resources, or you feeling like, dang, I ain't been making no money, or I ain't been getting clientele, or I ain't been getting this. And we, as humans in this human experience, you're always going to look at those things of what I don't have. But then you get that encouragement, like, you know, I want to tell you that you helped me and you gave me motivation. A lot of people have hit me up. You gave me motivation to start my clothing company, and I've been able to do this. And that is your sign that you're right where you are. You got to continue to do what you need to do, and you have to appreciate your down moments and be grateful for down moments, because it gear you up to receive more. Period.
I know that's right, friend. So look,
Period.
everybody that is on this panel, Israel and Trina, they had to go. April, I know you have some clients coming up. So first of all, I want to thank all of you guys for sharing your story. That is what the BLK Lunch and Learn is all about. Having the opportunity to have people listen to you share your story. And I know, because I've been seeing some of the comments, you guys have connected with a lot of the people that have been watching us today. And I thank everybody for tuning in. So as we begin to wrap it up, I want everybody to let people know how they can find you on social media, website, April, your address, so they can come and get some supplies and spot session. Yeah, so April, let's go ahead and start with you.
So you guys can follow me on Beautiful Struggle Love on Gmail. And then you can also follow me on my fan page at Beautiful Struggle Love on Facebook. And then my personal page on Facebook is April Swappy. And then you guys, everyone in St. Louis, if you're going through St. Louis, you're visiting St. Louis, it doesn't matter. Come and meet me at 6170 Howder Shell Road, 63042, and that's in St. Louis, Missouri. And come and, enjoy the experience of Beautiful Struggle. I will be so appreciative, so appreciative. And it was a pleasure. I got to get ready to go. And it was a pleasure meeting all of you guys. You guys are awesome. And I want to follow all of you. I mean, definitely. So please show me where I can meet and get all of these awesome, amazing people. Like, so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything.
I know. And my new line is out. Well, it's not fully, but I'm presenting it to you guys. My new facial line. I'm super excited about it. But it was a pleasure meeting all of you guys, and good luck in the future with all of your business, entrepreneurships, and everything. Talk to you guys soon.
Yes, talk to you soon. Cream, let's go ahead with you next. How can the people stay connected?
You guys can stay connected with me by following me on Instagram. It's Miss Cream of the Crop. I always say this, no ebonics, just Miss CREAM of the Crop. My radio station's Instagram is official 216 Radio. If you can't remember any of that, my website is welcometocreamsworld.com. And you can get my podcast, which is Conversations with Cream. Everything is Miss Cream of the Crop. I even have my Facebook page, which is Miss Cream of the Crop. So just search that MS Cream of the Crop or welcome to creamsworld.com. But I really enjoyed myself today. I enjoyed sharing this space with all of the other panelists. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. And any way that I can support all of you, please let me know. If you guys want some ad space on my radio station, send me a DM or go through Q and have you guys reach out to me. And just as a thank you for you guys being the amazing entrepreneurs that you are, you guys can get it no charge. So just my gift to you guys to help promote your businesses. So I'll have you guys reach out to me. But and those of you that are tuned in and have been watching us and taking in all of this wonderful love that we're sharing to you guys, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your Saturdays and sharing your time with us, and allowing us to share our expertise with you. And to Q, I said this to you last night, thank you so much for always including me in all of your endeavors. I appreciate you. This has been amazing for me. And as an entrepreneur, a lot of times we don't get the opportunity to be around other entrepreneurs and share our stories and hear their stories and be inspired. We're usually doing the inspiring, but today you guys definitely inspired me. So Q, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for including me. So yeah, I have somewhere else to go, but I'll wait until everyone else finishes.
Yesterday, but I appreciate you too always. You've been rocking for years and you got years more to go. So I appreciate you. Marcus,
yes.
Tell the people how they can get a piece of you.
Yes, so can't get a piece, but but you can find me guys at The Cleaning Guru on Instagram. It's with 1 G. So we dealing with Ebonics here. Clean in. I don't be cleaning, I be cleaning. So it's THECLEANINGURU, The Cleaning Guru. You can also find my website, www.richesluxurycleaning. I'll be launching that actually this evening. So you'll see the link in my bio on Instagram for that, where you can see all of the pricing, all of the things we offer and everything like that. And that's how you can keep up with me right there on Instagram. I also want to say thank you so much, Q, for continuously creating multiple platforms and being the great guy that you are for people like us, for local entrepreneurs. We're always made out to be small. Like, I hate that saying of small black business owners, support black business owners. We're business. We're not only black, but we're business owners, and sometimes we get overlooked, so we have to put the emphasis on black business owners, support black business owners. But before all that, we're business owners, and I thank you so much for always keeping my business, my image at the forefront of everything you do. I'm always honored. I'm always humbled to be a part of all of these things that you do. Thank you, Miss Cream. I'm gonna use that space. I was trying to last month get me some radio time because billboards is $3,000 a month, and I'm spending that on no stationary marketing. So I wanted to invest in radio. So I thank you for that. I'm gonna use that. I'll be DMing and reaching out to you. Thank you, Raheem, and everybody else. April, Trina, Yiz, of course. I know Yiz and Raheem personally, so I know the great work that they're doing and the hard work that's behind it. I'm honored to have met Miss Queen today and April, and I just want to motivate you guys and tell you, keep pushing. I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is, but I'm also honored to have been on a panel with you guys, and that's it.
Yes.
Am I muted? I appreciate it, Marcus. Raheem, tell the people how they can stay a part of the dream.
Of course, dreamers, you can definitely follow us at Dreamland Atl on Instagram. But also, if you want to check out everything that we do, from movies to the event space, follow us at www.welovedreamland.com. You can find out our rates, how to book us for film, how to book us for the event space as well. And I want to also extend my gratitude for being a part of the BLK Lunch and Learn virtual learning platform. I think it was amazing. Thank you, Q, my brother, for doing this for all of us, because I believe that other people got to see it in different areas of the world, which is amazing. It's been a pleasure meeting everyone here. I learned from you. And I hope that we can all take away from this and build relationships together. So thank you, Q, for doing this for us. But also follow me at Raheem Brazil online on Instagram if you want to contact me. I'm chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular guy. Ain't no stuck upnism over here. So just hit me up. And if you're looking to, collab or whatever, I'm always here. If you need advice or whatever, I'm always here. So I love all of you. Stay blessed. May God bless you and continue to inspire the world with everything that you have going on. And thank you, Q, for being an amazing person for doing this for us.
Yes.
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 I appreciate that. And guys, just in case you did not know, shout out to Raheem and Dream House Productions and Dreamland Atl for being the home and the people that helped to create the BLK Lunch and Learn promo video. This year, I decided that I was investing more into myself. Yes, that means financially. Yes, that means mentally. Yes, that means emotionally. I did it. And I thank you, Raheem, for helping to make the process easy.
Always.
So you guys can check that out. Thank you, DJ Diamond K of Radio on Fire, for he was actually producing the show. So y'all saw those faces flipping in and out. So yeah, that was
thank you, DJ. I seen him.
Yeah.
So, we definitely appreciate you for that. You can follow him, Radio on Fire. It's on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. And make sure you guys stay in touch with everything that we're doing. We have another panel coming in June. We'll talk about that later. But Instagram at BLK Lunch and Learn, Facebook, BLK Lunch and Learn, website, www.blklunchandlearn.info. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Quintessential1, and you'll be connected with everything I'm doing, such as the BLK Lunch and Learn, live with T. Marie and Q, Quinn Hunger Strikes, the Quintessential Gentleman, Quintessential Branding, and Be Inspired with Quinspiration. But I thank everybody for continuing to support, everything that I've done. The panelists, you guys for agreeing to share your story with everybody. And then to everybody out there who took time out of their Saturday. I don't know where y'all at, but it's beautiful here in Atlanta. But you took time out of your beautiful Saturday to listen to these amazing people that were willing to share their story. So we appreciate you guys. As an entrepreneur, I know what it is to feed your soul. Now I need to go feed my belly because I'm hungry.
I need to go feed my belly
in Atlanta. I see y'all tomorrow for Easter dinner and Isley's versus Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes.
So I appreciate you guys. I wish everybody major blessings. Have an amazing week, amazing month, amazing year. And if you guys need anything, you know where I'm at.
Awesome.
Period.
Yes, I appreciate you guys and love you much.
See you guys.